Well, hello again and welcome back. And it's getting nippy. It is mid-November and we'll be looking at putting the caravan into storage. We don't tend to put it into storage for a very long time, but there certainly are a few things that we need to do when we do put caravan into storage. They've got to come out. But the biggest job has probably got to be water from taps. So we have a tool for that. You'll be surprised because I drive along with the taps up and the drain plug open anyway when I'm going along. So any water comes out the bottom of the caravan. However, what I tend to find is that when you do the drain down, there's quite a substantial amount that comes out. So it's quite important for us to remove any excess water from our pipes. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to introduce a bit of pressure to the water pipes in order to get all the water out. Now I use a product from Flow which plugs into the side of the caravan for the water intake where it normally go from the aqua roll in. Then on the end of it I plug this adapter on and unscrew that. So I plug a tyre inflator into the bottom of this. Now it says on here that I have to set the maximum to 15 psi. Now mine's a digital one, so I can set it to 15. Then what I'll do is I'll do each tap in turn, both the hot and the cold side, to drain all the water out. So without further ado, let's go outside and get started. So let's look at the kit that we're going to use here. So this is our flow device. So this one's going to push in 15 psi of pressure of each tap. So there's 3 taps, one in the kitchen, one in the bathroom and one in the sink in the bathroom itself. So we're going to need to do this 6 times. Now obviously that plugs into a tyre inflator. As you can see, I have a digital tyre inflator here. Obviously that has a power supply on it, and that will then plug into this jump start. Do you know, I was umming and ahhing about getting one of these at the beginning. We do a lot of trips abroad as well and getting on and off ferries, and I forgot to turn the ATC off once, and well, left my car and the caravan connected in whilst I was in the ferry, and needed to say the battery was flat when it came out. But a good job I had that. This has been a godsend. Obviously this has got 12 volts on it, so what you can actually do is I don't have to do this here. I could have done this in storage if I wanted to. Now also, if you recall, when I drive along I keep the dump valve in the up position and the taps open, so that when I'm coming back from wherever I've been, most of the water gets drained out of the caravan anyway. So for this purpose we want to keep the pressure into the caravan. So without further ado, let me just pull that back down again. So here we go, we're all plugged in, ready to rock and roll, and I'll be helped by my able assistant, maybe talk to. Morning! Morning!
Now Steve talked to you about the gadgets and gizmos that you need, but he forgot one.
Well, only got 3?
But 3, yeah. No, there are 4. Because he's forgotten something extremely vital, and it's this.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true.
This. So let's play a game now. I wonder how much water there'll actually be. How full will this be when we've emptied 3 taps? Sink, bathroom, shower. So here we go.
What's the measurements on that thing? What do I have to guess at?
We have to guess at, oh, I probably need to turn it around.
Millilitres.
Millilitres, yeah.
Right, okay, let's have a go at that then. So down here what I'll do is I've set the memory on this to 15. Bit loud and noisy. Right, here we go.
Right, okay. So don't do the mixer tap. Turn to hot or cold. So I'm starting with hot.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to go for 500 milligrams.
Millilitres?
Millilitres even.
In that's just for hot tap though.
That one down.
That one down?
Total.
Yeah, let's go for total for the sink.
Okay. we go again.
Cold now? Cold?
If you say so.
Right.
I'm quite surprised by how much water is in it.
Yeah, it's just fizzing now.
Right, that's done.
And down. And you're exactly right. That is exactly 500 millilitres.
Wow.
That's just from this. So I better go off and do the others.
Thank you, alright.
So you remember from the kitchen sink we got 500 ml exactly of water.
We did, and I won that one.
Yep. And from the bathroom sink and the shower we got...
Bloody hell.
800 ml. So just imagine, you think you've emptied everything in the caravan, all the water for the winter.
That's over a litre.
That's over a litre of water we've got out, and imagine if that freezes in the caravan's pipes, you could have a big problem next year. So I have to say, of all the gadgets Steve has ever got for the caravan, this one must be one of the most useful.
Hello Doglet, how are you? Hello Jess, you alright? Anyway, that was a very useful gadget. However, I find this one, so this is the paid for Swift command app. I'll show you that later on the iPad, but here's the iPhone version. So I've been getting alarms from the caravan ringing me to let me know.
Yeah, you got them beginning because you said this is the Swift command. You haven't actually said it's a gadget or what it is. So we need to start that again.
So another gadget, which I kind of like a little bit better. I don't know if you do as well, but I'll just show you on here. Oh, it is. Well, that's because it costs money, I suppose. But this is the paid-for gadget from. It's an app from Swift Command, which is.
It's for tracking, but Steve uses it for other things as well. Because
it actually gives you indications and alarm trigger points. So when it was frosty, I got some frost alarms. It's not quite freezing yet, but it's frosty, so the alarm went off and it triggered. But the other thing I do find useful is the fact that it tells me what state the battery's in. And
of course gives them an excuse to go and visit the caravan, because obviously it gets really lonely out there on the farm.
It does. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Just to go and check it, you know, as you do. Have to.
As you do, Steve.
Okay, fair. All right, as I do. But anyway, it had to be done. So so I charged the other battery up, and then we went out and did a swap over, which gives me an opportunity then to bring the actual battery back. And I've got a C-Tech charger, so which will completely flatten it and recharge it all properly, which is quite nice. I'm looking forward to putting it back in again.
Yeah.
So it'll be right for next year.
Yeah, and as I said, gives him a chance to go and give the caravan a cuddle over the winter.
Yeah, yeah. So here we go. I'm just booting up the app on the iPad, selecting the blue remote features. And as you can see, all down the bottom there in grey, I've got all the lights that I can dim, turn the power on and off. But I'm looking at the top three left icons here. So locate, level and history. If I go into level, I'm just downloading the information from the caravan at this stage. And as you can see, it's going to pull back information about the internal and external temperature of it, the actual power of the leisure battery that's in there currently. Bottom right hand side is what charge is coming from the solar panel itself. And it should be any second now. And then you're looking at the bottom left hand side, one row up, which tells you the power of the leisure battery. There is the power coming from the solar panel charging the battery, so 0.3 amps, not much. And bear in mind it's mid-afternoon here. So what I've done here is I've gone to the history tab and I'm downloading that for the last 7 days, so we can see what state it was, and I can show you what the issues were. When this pulls up, you'll be able to see that the leisure battery history has a very low voltage, which is in peaks and troughs, and you can see the solar panel kicking in. This is the graph top left hand side, and then you can see when I changed it, the solar panel's topping up, and it's keeping it pretty much full now.
And all that now remains is for us to wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and thank you for all your support that you've given us so far this year, and let's continue next year. But here we go. Do we think we want some snow? Should we have some snow?
Yeah,
we'll have
some snow.
Do you want some music as well?
If you must.
I'll have some music too.